This is the DNA of CLIO. I won't say that this was already she, but anyway, there was a start, a gleam in the eye in 1989 when the ECTS pilot project started, and we're very proud and happy that there's still some members of that pilot project in this room. This was, as you probably know, instrumental in developing the credit system that was now used in all the Bologna area, 46 countries, as a basis not only for mobility, but also for the structure of the national systems. And let's say the first step toward what has become the Bologna process. And we did that. We made the first transcripts, the first learning agreements, the first application forms, and all those other fine tools. And we subsequently had other projects, as you can see, curriculum development project on history of reality of Europe. Then CLIO was the first time that CLIO appeared on the scene. She was born. 2000, CLIO's workshop, Culture 2000 project that published 9 volumes. CLIONet, thematic network. CLIONet 2, second thematic network. CLIOHRES, our 6th framework network of excellence. CLIOHWORLD, and here we are at the present and immediate future. And then there's our cousin, tuning, that also grew out of the ECTS pilot project and the history subject area. So all these CLIOs have in this spiral the creating links and innovative overviews for a new history agenda. And we are making history. That's why I think this meeting will be so important. We really are making it. And we are contributing in a meaningful way to the Bologna process, to tuning, and both of these are going worldwide. So you can see how all this actually works together. This is CLIONet, our Gold Award prize-winning project. This is a slogan, take another look, there's something new in European history. And I have to say, I kind of regret that this was the motto of the last project, but maybe we can recycle it. I think it's a good slogan. This is our network of excellence, 180 researchers, 45 universities, 35 countries. To date, something like 35 books, important ones, we think, and ones that we hope that we will all be able to use and disseminate the knowledge of, all available free, online, and on paper. Tuning, our cousin, sister, aunt, mother, whatever it is. Anyway, very, very important project that is having an enormous effect worldwide. These are its various phases. We started out again in 2000 in the history subject area group. There are quite a few people here in this room that are part of that, to find guidelines and reference points for new history quality provision of programs and courses. History was one of the key subject areas then, the pioneer subject areas in Latin America. Tuning has been carried out in 19 countries. There are national centers in each country today. History was there, a key area. Russian Federation, we have just finished extremely important publication on history in Russia and been able to design the 3rd generation standards for history teaching in the Russian Federation. Kyrgyz Republic, also history programs are implemented. Tuning has taken place, Georgia, and amazingly enough, the USA is now looking at the Bologna process and at tuning. And tuning has started in the USA. It is starting as a pilot, 4 states only, but it's expected to spread, as it tends to, because when there's something that's really useful, people like to have it. And history is once again a key subject area. Tuning is planned in India, Japan, and Central Asia. In our project, CLIOHWORLD, tuning will be important. And those that are not familiar with it, I'm sure will become familiar with it because it is the language and the methodology that we have decided to use in developing competence-based guidelines and reference points for the sectors on which each of the working groups is, for which they're responsible. Here you see the covers of some of the tuning publications for history. I want to finish with just a couple of pictures to show that this is for real. This happens to be a history class in Jalalabad, Kyrgyzstan, on the border with Uzbekistan, in a very hot part of the world today, not only from a point of view of summer temperatures. And this is a class that was designed after the tuning took place and new curriculum were developed, and they decided to implement it, and there they are, the students and teachers doing this. These are just a few of the large group of 20 that did tuning in Latin America. You can see it was hot there too, and closing out the heat while working. One member from each of the 19 countries. This, I like, it is the tuning book in Georgian. So those squiggles you see are amazingly not just a bad photo, but are actually Georgian. This is the Tuning 2 volume published in Georgian. This is a photograph from the IP we held last January in Adana on EU-Turkey dialogue. Hatice was there, and many of others of us were there. This is in Antioch, people having coffee and talking. And I thought that this was a good way to end because it shows people talking and finding out how to go forward with solutions that are good for everyone. So this is another kind of a logo that we might take, a symbol, a hope. Thank you.